Hello, my name is Alexio, and today we're going to be talking about Vcha. Trigger warning, I will be discussing sensitive topics such as abuse, self-harm, SA, and suicide. So if you are sensitive to any of these topics, please watch with caution. Last Saturday night on December 7th, KG, a member of the global group Vcha, announced via Instagram stories that she had filed a lawsuit against JYPE Entertainment for alleged abuse and mistreatment, and also announced her departure from the group. In the 77-page lawsuit, KG makes a number of claims against JYP staff and their treatment of her and the other members. These claims include the staff encouraging the girls to eat less or to not eat at all, forcing them to work through injuries and sickness, and making the girls work long 12-plus hour workdays without adequate pay. But the alleged abuse doesn't stop there. KG recalls several instances where the staff pushed the girls past their physical and their mental limits. She details one incident where a JYP dance teacher forced her to perform a dance move hundreds of times, causing her to tear a shoulder tendon. And when KG expressed her exhaustion, she was straight up denied access to water, while the other members were allowed to drink. The suit also claims that KG was pressured into living in an expensive group home, which she was told that she owed $500,000 for, despite only being paid $500 a week. And on top of being pressured into living in the group home and racking up an enormous amount of debt as a minor, KG later learned that there were hidden cameras around the house that were recording her and her members' every move 24/7, without their knowledge or their consent. There were even cameras in the dining room and in the pantry, so that JYP staff could monitor the girls and their private conversations and their eating habits. The suit says that their meals were limited and that the girls were flat out encouraged to not eat as a part of JYP's policy to maintain extreme thinness. The limitations on food caused one of the girls to develop an eating disorder, and that same girl later went on to make an attempt on her own life, which KG discovered. The unnamed member had ingested 42 NyQuil pills, which caused her to vomit profusely and uncontrollably. And after KG and her members raised concerns to JYP staff about the attempt, they were dismissed and told that eating disorders were common. The girls faced enormous amounts of mental and emotional pressure that led to self-harm and depression. This entire situation speaks to a larger conversation about the idol training system and the presence of minors within the K-pop industry. And if this kind of treatment and behavior was allowed to happen for months in America, imagine what they're doing to these underage idols in Korea. But in all actuality, we don't have to imagine, because there have been multiple instances of idols coming out to talk about how they weren't allowed to eat, they had to sneak food, how they were exploited by CEOs and staff, and how they were forced to work extremely long hours. We even have a more recent example of an idol being exploited by her CEO. Ga-eun of Maiden spoke out about her CEO essaying her, and at first, the company put her on hiatus to cover up the fact that she had exposed him, but now they have just kicked her out of the group entirely. There are numerous examples and stories of mistreated idols I can bring up, and this just further proves the point that I've made in previous videos about how minors should not be debuting in K-pop. The K-pop industry, like most entertainment industries, is incredibly predatory, and it fosters this toxic environment of abuse and mistreatment, and it forces its victims to be silenced for fear of legal or financial repercussions. These trainees that eventually become idols, they're being worked to the bone, they're being verbally and emotionally abused, and they're being starved, all for the sake of profit and entertainment. And while some of you might believe that it's the responsibility of the parents to keep their children safe, I believe that the majority of the blame should be placed on the companies and the entire K-pop system as a whole. And until these issues are addressed and the toxic culture around entertainment is dealt with and stopped, nobody who is legally not an adult should not be allowed to debut, and if they are, they shouldn't be supported, because these are the things they could be going through. I hope KG and the rest of Vcha are released from their contracts and that they disband. And if they don't disband, At the very least, I hope that the staff that inflicted this treatment on the members are fired and that JYPE hires new staff that won't harm the remaining members. What these girls went through should have never happened, and I applaud KG for speaking out, because God knows how long this would have gone on without anyone knowing about it. Those were my thoughts on the KG and JYPE lawsuit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye!